Hello, I am back with another build video, this time focused around Hunter and Arc Strider. This build will allow you to spam grenades, skip grenades more specifically. This build almost mimics the Arc Titan build from a few seasons back, pre-Lightfall, except with skip grenades. It's still pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's as strong as like spamming storm grenades like that one was. But I do have my grenade up more often than that build. But yeah, it's pretty good. I hope you enjoy it. So in our subclass menu, the super I usually go with is Gathering Storm. That's my favorite and I think the best out of the two options available. I also use Gambler's Dodge just to get your melee ability back quicker. And to do that you just dodge near enemies and you'll get it back. The melee I run with is Combination Blow, just for the extra damage and health regen when you kill an enemy with it. You can run Disorienting Blow, but I usually go with Combination Blow. You can combo it with like a 1-2 punch shotgun as well, or a trench barrel shotgun to increase damage. And I also am going to be running Skip Grenade. That's what we're going to be primarily using for this build. And for our aspects, I'm running Flow State, which will allow us to be amplified when we kill a jolted target, which we'll be doing a lot. And when we're amplified, our dodge is going to recharge very quickly. So we'll be able to use our melee a lot, get our grenade back a lot, and more. For the second aspect, I'm currently running Lethal Current, which after dodging, the next melee attack jolts a target, which is pretty nice. It's just a bit extra damage. And if you melee a jolted target, it blinds them, which would give this build unstoppable capabilities, if you are able to do so. If you don't want to run this, you can also swap it out with Tempest Strike and not change too much, if you like this one better. This allows you, when you're sliding, to activate your melee and it'll do an uppercut attack. It's pretty cool, and you can honestly run either. It doesn't matter too much. And for our fragments, I will be running Spark of Shock, which will allow our grenades to jolt targets. Spark of Ions, which will create an ionic trace when killing a jolted target. Ionic traces also give you ability energy when you pick them up. We'll also be running Spark of Discharge, which will allow our arc weapon final blows to have a chance of creating an ionic trace. And Spark of Amplitude, which will, when we're rapidly killing enemies, when we're amplified, will create an orb of power, which is very useful. For armor setup, starting with the helmet, I will be running Harmonic Siphon, which will allow rapid arc weapon final blows to create an orb of power, similar to our artifact. I'll also be running double Ashes to Assets because we'll be spamming grenades a ton. And for your arms, you will want to run Shinobu's Vow. This improves skip grenades and gives you an additional charge of a skip grenade. And skip grenades return energy when you do damage with it, which is very nice. I'm also running Firepower, which will allow our grenades on final blows to create an orb. I'm also running Double Grenade Kickstart, so when we have Armor Charge and use our grenade, it will return grenade energy back to us. And for your chest piece, I usually run Charged Up to allow another stack of armor charge, and I usually just run double resist mods here. It doesn't really matter what else you run here. You can run reserves if you want, or any of these other mods. And for your legs, I run Stacks on Stacks, which will give me 1 armor charge extra when I pick up an orb of power. I'm also running Innervation, which will reduce my grenade cooldown when I pick up an orb. You can run double Innervation here instead of Arc Weapon Surge, but I'm using Trinity Ghoul to complement this build, and a Arc heavy weapon as well, and this will just increase the damage of those weapons while decaying armor charge over time. But usually you can keep it up with how many orbs you're creating. It's pretty nice, but this is not needed for this build. You can swap it out for something else if you want to. For your class item, main thing you want to run is a bomber or two. I'm running Reaper here since we'll be dodging quite a bit, which will allow us to spawn an orb with our next weapon kill after dodging. I'm also running time dilation for the arc weapon surge to allow the armor charge decay to last longer. If you aren't running the arc weapon surge, you can run like another bomber or really whatever. As I said just a bit ago, I'm using Trinity Ghoul. This is really nice for this build as it allows for easy ad clear, and it's a really nice bow. Also with this bow, if you get any sort of arc kill while you have the catalyst, it'll proc its ability. So that could be your melee, your grenades, or your super. It'll activate its intrinsic trait. This build also is not reliant on any artifact mods, so once these mods go away at the end of the season, this build will still work just how it is right now. The only thing that it really takes advantage of is the authorized grenade mods. You might lose bomber, innervation, and I think the grenade kickstarts and stuff would still work. You maybe lose one of them, but I'm not sure. Alright, so that was the build. Thank you for watching the video. So right now I'll just play some strike footage that I got using this build. And this strike, I get the most kills and I produce 80 orbs, and I don't fire a single shot throughout the entire thing. I only use my grenade, super, and melee ability. That is the entire thing I use throughout the entire strike, and it's pretty good. So I'll let that play out now.
The Scions are already deep in the Vex network, and it looks like they have Imperial backup. You can catch them if you hustle.
Lucky for you, Amanda Holiday runs a door-to-door service. I've dropped you close to the entry point.
And, lucky for me, she also has a sense of humor, which is refreshing after working with Saladin.
That's a pretty low bar to clear, but I'll take the compliment. right track. Keep drilling down. You'll hit gold soon enough.
We're picking up big energy spikes below your feet. Odds are good, but that's where their commander is.
Time to show the big boss what you got.
You know how to get their attention.
We should just let the Vex take care of these Scions themselves. This is their territory, after all.
And if they're not successful? Or worse, what if they are, and they use the Scions to upgrade their prediction engines? It wasn't too long ago those possibilities broke you out into a cold sweat.
I know. We've just